Kurt again here in Kingston, Washington, waiting on my girlfriend at the Kingston Crossing Chiropractic Clinic to get her treatments done. Um, Thought I'd talk a little bit about Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki's book, Why We Want You to Be Rich. I was watching a couple of interviews on it, and I've seen this, or actually read the book a long time ago when they first brought it out. They were both pretty young back then. Um, and I was also watching a little bit about Warren Buffett. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is once you do start making some good money in 4%, you need to keep track of what you're doing as far as financials. Keep, get an accountant, whatever you got to do. Because a lot of people can make a lot of money in a short time, but it's kind of like the lottery, right? So you win the lottery, and these people are broke like a couple of years later on. So important is not just how to make the money, not just the mindset, but what you're going to do with it once you got it. And I think I've spent a lot of time in my life going over exactly what I would do with the money. But investing is one thing that I was really interested in. That's why into Warren Buffett. I didn't know that his his office is downtown Omaha, and he only rents out the 14th floor. He doesn't own that building, I guess, Hewitt Plaza or whatever they call it. But he doesn't even use a computer or a calculator. But he does have a 20-person team that runs that $150 billion corporation, and he's got plenty of employees all over the world. Um, so he does things the old-fashioned way, and he's proof that you can make money just investing. But I wanted to go over a few things about what Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump were talking about in some of their interviews, in Why We Want You to Be Rich book type thing. Um, when asked what rich means to Donald Trump, he said, rich is a state of mind. In other words, family, friends, your happiness levels, all that stuff. You can be rich and be dirt poor. But that's the whole gist of it. But according to Robert Kiyosaki, in financial terms of Forbes, he said rich is a financial, $1 million a year in passive income, whether you work or not. That's the definition of Forbes being rich. And a lot of us, I don't know about, well, all of you, but like me, if you're like me, you've got a lot of credit card debt. And they were talking also about how to tackle your credit card debt. What do you do? Um, and I've lived by this policy of not necessarily the highest interest rate ones and paying them off, but the ones that you can pay off in a relatively short period of time. Make a list, put it on the refrigerator, and like Robert said, he said when you tackle one and you pay it off, cross it off the list and just keep on going. That's the best way to do things, and it makes you happier, gives you a sense of accomplishment. And I think that's what everybody's looking for, not only in the 4% challenge group, but in their personal lives. It's something you can do today to start taking control of your life back, anyway. Um, and another thing that I did know about, but I've never invested in, Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow game. They were interviewing an 11-year-old kid, talking about how he's played the game, and Robert was asking him, uh, do they teach you anything in school about investing or anything like that? No. Because as he says, Robert Kiyosaki says, they teach you how to be a good employee, not how to run a small business, not how to be a big business, not how to be an investor, but a good employee. I guess that's somewhere to start, but it's all in following along with the rhythms of life, right? You're taught to grow up and go to school, save your money, invest in your house and your car, whatever. And he says that's all backwards. And I believe that. Um, Warren Buffett, otherwise known as the Oracle of Omaha, I guess every year they have a get together for all the shareholders of Berkshire Hathaway, which is his company. And they hold that in his offices in Omaha, which is pretty cool, once a year. Um, and his number one rule is invest, don't speculate. He said investors have tried for years to invest in a stock, and they invest and then they sell, and then they invest and then they sell. Warren Buffett has more of a habit of taking a company and checking all the boxes that he has to have proof of their money abilities and their sustainability, I would guess, like Coca-Cola. And I guess when he did that, he invested over $1 billion, which his stock is now worth over 10 billion. But he's not sold it, so I guess that tells you something. And also, Warren Buffett and Bill Gates are buddies, and they seem to be on the same wavelength, which should tell you something. Anyway, that's about all I got for today. Short and sweet. I will come to you with something else tomorrow. And until that time, peace. Bye.